Hello everyone and welcome back to a very good episode of a very good episode.
You're calling it good already.
It's good. It's always good when it's us.
You're calling it good already. Well, ever the optimist.
That's the only way to be, sir. Right. This is Team CyberCast, just so you know. I didn't get defined chat because Vic had here interrupted me.
What's with the weird voice you're doing?
I do that sometimes. Not a problem. I only do whenever I'm around you, to be fair. I don't know why. You bring it out of me. So, we're just going to discuss a couple of bits and pieces of stuff that we really like. Sounds so weird when I say it like that.
Discussing stuff you really like.
I'm just discussing stuff generally, like anything that happened the last month. Did anything happen to you, No, I didn't think so. But seriously, so game-wise, have you played any good games recently?
Jumping right to it.
Yeah, why not? Get straight to it, sir. No bother that chit-chat. Who cares about it?
Well, nobody really cares about the general chit-chat, I guess.
That's great.
And I'm up to that.
Fuck it all. Who cares?
What have I been playing?
Have you played anything?
Well,
Any new games?
not really new. The main thing I've been sort of playing these past while, it's been taking up a shitload of my time recently, has been Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright
Yes.
for 3DS.
Yeah.
I got it a while back in May time, and I've been playing away at it, and I kind of stopped there for a wee while. They tried some Murdered Soul Suspect. I'll probably sort of talk about it later on. But Phoenix Wright versus Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I'm being very rude today. It's not my fault.
That's pretty faulty.
I'm hungry. You got the problem. Sorry, continue. I keep interrupting. It's not good.
Oh. Well, anyway,
Continue.
Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. What's there to say about it, really? The story in it, I'm finding so far, is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, I don't
It
want
was fantastic when you say fucking before.
Yeah. Like, puzzle game, like, it's a puzzle game, sure, and like, but the fact, like, I usually never play puzzle games at all,
Aye.
and I was kind of hesitant whenever I pick it up, because, like, I'll only be able to, I'll get stuck in the very first puzzle,
Yeah.
and that'll be it, and I'll fucking never play it again. But no, I've kind of noticed the puzzles aren't as hard as you might think. Maybe they've dumbed them down for this one.
Maybe it's because it's a crossover between that and Phoenix
But
Wright.
then again, Phoenix Wright is, yeah, well,
Is it puzzle based? Phoenix Wright?
well, kind of puzzle based in the way of mastery and connecting,
The dots, kind of.
yeah, that sort of way. So it's like thinking outside the box and things like that.
Yeah.
Whenever, like, because well, they do it in this game too. But basically, the way Phoenix Wright goes is you have fucking witnesses there protesting someone, and all they ever do is lie, and their
Yeah.
statements all the time, change their statements and stuff, and you basically have to go, like, you're talking shite, and here's why you're talking shite.
Yeah.
And it's you kind of go around gathering evidence and then use basically what they said based on what you've seen in the events and stuff like that. So it's kind of puzzle based as well.
Yeah.
But it seems easy enough. Like, I picked up Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask as well on the 3DS. I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but I'm going to sort of see if the puzzles are more difficult in that one.
Yeah.
But no, it's easy enough to get through, and you can move through it pretty easily enough. You have hunt coins, which come in real handy.
Yeah.
Mainly for someone like me who doesn't really play puzzle games.
It sounds a little bit. You know them there old games you always got for the PC, which were basically you go into like a certain level, and basically you've got certain objects to find, and you have to find them nearly. But the hint coins kind of remind me of that there, because remember in them games you always got the hint to find a certain object or something, and that's what kind of reminds me of whenever you talk about hint coins.
Yeah.
So it must be in the same sort of vein as that, where it gives you a push in the right direction.
Yeah, well, pretty much the hunt coins, you can use them for both Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright. I find myself using it more for Phoenix Wright. More so, Professor Layton, I only ever do it on certain puzzles where I'm like, I have no fucking clue how you're even supposed to do this. So I'm just going to use all the hunt coins to find out. And yet, I use them for Phoenix Wrights because I'm not too sure when I should be presenting evidence and when I should be asking people to go into more detail on their statements and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I just always use the hunt coin then if I'm really stuck.
Yeah.
But the thing about the hunt coins is that I find about it that's really broken to take away the challenge is they give you so many hunt coins to start with. You start off with like 60 or 70 of them.
Yeah.
And then each area you go to, there's 3 hunt coins to find in it. And they're so easy to find. It's just a matter of scrolling the wee magnifying glass around the screen. It gives off a wee gold tint, and there's a hunt coin. so easy to find. Like there's no challenge in finding them. So it's kind of, I guess, helps out a lot if you're not good at puzzles. But then again, at the same time, it kind of defeats the purpose if you think about it.
Yeah.
But back to the story of it. The story is fucking incredible. I haven't finished it yet. I'm I'd say just about over halfway.
So it's quite a long game.
Completed. You want to talk about length? I'll tell you the playtime I've got, clocking it in a minute. But the story is so good. And just as I was sitting through it, I'm like, well, like I kind of thought, well, this is as far as the plot's going to go.
Yeah.
Because it's basically about hunting down witches and going into this sort of book world and all this sort of stuff, like a whole pile of magical element.
Aye.
And they're talking about the witches, and I go, well, this is as far as the plot points are going to go. And then this kind of turned around by having two deaths in it. I say deaths were quotations because I'm not completely convinced they're dead.
Oh, so it's like one of them, are they dead, aren't they dead kind
Pretty
of
much.
situations, yes.
And now, obviously no spoilers, so I'll not tell you which characters are presumed dead and stuff. You can probably figure it out in your
If
own.
we do spoil anything, we'll warn you first.
You can
Spoiler!
probably figure it out in your own.
Yeah.
They're hunting down.
Yeah.
But as for playtime of it, I haven't noticed. Like this is the same with me in all these kind of games which have like a massive length. I'm too sort of big into playing it that I never really noticed the time passing until you go to like the save screen or whatever and you see your clock time at the minute. And bear in mind, I said I think I'm only over halfway through. I'm on 18 hours.
Oh, 18 hours of gameplay, and
18
you only reckon
hours.
you're about halfway through?
18 hours, and the biggest majority of that
Flippin' hell.
is no doubt the Phoenix Wright stuff, because the Phoenix Wright stuff is long.
Yeah.
It is long. But no, it's well worth the money that I spent for it. Considering, especially, the thing I would say too is people out there who may be thinking, I know Phoenix Wright and I know Professor Layton, but I've never touched any of them before. I would highly recommend picking this up because I haven't played a single one of these before. I knew of them,
Yeah.
but this here has introduced me so well. There's no sort of backstory that you need to know for the characters, and it's like the fact that the puzzles aren't that hard don't seem that hard. And even though I said about the hint coins being sort of breaking the game slightly where there's too many of them, at the same time it's good for new players coming in because they always have this option of all these hint coins
Yeah.
and not get run out. And the fact is, you don't have to use the hint coins, so I guess it's not the game's fault. It's me being a cheating fuck basically and using it all, which is breaking it all, which is taking away the challenge. Pretty much. But no, that's pretty much. It's been taking up the biggest majority of my time. Like when I should be playing
Yeah.
the bigger games on
Well, when you should be playing the bigger games and bigger consoles.
bigger games. Yeah, well, and that's like a Murdered Soul Suspect. Murdered Soul Suspect. I'll go into it in a wee minute because I probably talked a bit too much.
fair
So
enough.
I'll let you move.
You're
on.
moving too much.
I'll let you sort of move on to talk about whatever the hell you've been playing. Although, based on the fact that you've got a PlayStation 4, my guess is going to be
Not a lot.
Bar Watch Dogs.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is with the PlayStation 4, as everyone who probably is listening to this right now probably knows already, that PlayStation 4 does not have many games out at all. But the games that they do have out, I've got Watch Dogs, I've got Infamous Second Son, and I've got FIFA 14, and plus all the PlayStation Plus games that you get along with too. And it's kind of one of them things where you play the game for as long as you can, and then eventually you want to play something different. So there is that element that you want to just stop playing a game for ages, and then you forget about it for a while too.
Mhm.
So recently, it's just been basically Watch Dogs and Infamous Second Son, pretty much all the main games really. But,
How far have you gotten into each of them?
well, it's an awkward one in terms of Infamous. I would say I'm about halfway in it. But that's because Watch Dogs came out and it kind of distracted me for a very long time there. Watch Dogs, God knows how far I'm into that. It could be a long ass game. Like, I wouldn't have a clue how far I'm into that, to be honest. But I have played, a couple of the wee free games that you get along with, and they're
Well,
just kind of.
that's pretty much what everyone's playing for the PS4, isn't it? Is it not?
Yeah,
It's
well,
just basically all the
the
games that you get,
and
all the stuff you
like-
get in the store. Not
Aye.
that there's anything wrong with.
No, like, there's nothing wrong with
Indie
indie games, but I just see indie games as kind of a break from the mainstream games, because the mainstream games do get a little, like, tedious nearly, in a way, whenever you're playing them, you kind of just start to get a bit fed up of all the same stuff happening.
Well,
and
they
all
they all follow the same formula nowadays.
Ah,
don't they?
it's all pretty much the same sort of formula that they follow these days. But Yeah, that's pretty much it for games wise.
Xbox
Play
does.
because, like I said, PlayStation 4 does not have that much to offer, which can be slightly annoying if you ask me. But like we kind of expected that for the first year or so, that there's not going to be a lot there for anyone to really play. But like I have been interested in this Murdered Soul Suspect because I've seen it a few times. You know, whenever I've been out and about, and I've wanted to buy it, but I can't afford it. I'm broke as all
Well,
fuck.
Murdered Soul Suspect. I haven't finished it yet. Mainly because I bought Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm really, really late at getting onto that one. But I pretty much bought. Who the hell's that outside?
God knows.
Who's out there?
Leave them be!
Uh,
They don't deserve to be here.
I bought Grand Theft Auto 5, and that took up more time than Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright did.
Yeah.
Like, basically, I just sat and just played through it. I didn't fuck around or anything. Like, usually whenever I get a Grand Theft Auto game, like, any time I've got one, it's pretty much been do 2 missions and then just balls about and run people over.
Aye.
This time, I haven't done any of that. It's just been go to the mission, go to the mission, go to the mission, go to the mission, go to the mission.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's a really fucking good game. Like, I always heard how good Grand Theft Auto 5 was,
Yeah.
but I had no idea it was actually this good.
Right.
And someone said before, I think it might have been Adam.
Yeah.
He was on here before.
Yeah.
He said, I think it was on his Facebook, he said that he was playing it or looking at it at least, and he thinks that the graphical things are almost better than most of the next gen games like out now for the PS4.
Aye.
And I would say he's not wrong.
Probably not, aye. And now that they're actually planning on bringing out GTA for the actual PlayStation 4 and all, now that might even enhance it even more again, you know?
Just aye, but on the Murdered Soul Suspect anyway.
Sidetrack!
I haven't really finished it yet, but like maybe someone else out there will know the answer to this one. But I really don't think it's a long game
Yeah.
because, well, it's cheap to an extent. Like I got mine for, was it like 30? Not even cheaper than that. It was
Yeah.
like 31 or something.
Right.
And then Asda are doing it for like £25.
Aye.
Now the last game the last game that I seen around that price range was Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes,
Yeah.
and it was 2 hours.
But then again, in a way, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, it was kind of.
Well, I know
It's
it was
just not really a full game.
No,
you know,
I
it's
know
kinda
that. I know that.
It's almost like a DLC nearly.
I know, but I'm just sort of basing it on
Oh yeah, price. Yeah.
price to how much game content is actually inside it.
Aye.
But so far, I like it.
There's the game which is where you're a ghost.
You're a
and
ghost trying to solve your own murder.
Solve your own murder.
I like it so far.
At least it's creative.
Not as much as I thought I was going to like it.
Yeah.
Like way back whenever I heard about it before, I was like, "Oh, I'll buy this once the PS4 comes out. This is what I'll buy it for."
Yeah.
And then I started, I just kind of realized one day I was like, "Holy fuck, it's out tomorrow or whatever."
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I really want to play this and really get the fuck just distracted by the fucking. All
We've
the
got the TV on the background on silence. A little bit weird.
there's all these like fat people just walking
Basically,
around.
just a lot of fat asses on TV.
I
It's a
see this
bit
big
weird.
like disgusting fat back whenever I looked up. It's just big rotten back.
Sir, stop talking about me like that. Not nice. No,
So I thought, screw it, I'll just go out and get it because I really, really want to play this game. Because, whenever I play games, I'm more into the story than I am anything else. And
Yeah.
I was interested in the story. Square Enix was making it, and where Square Enix have been fucking around recently and stuff like that, I enjoyed most products by Square Enix.
Yeah.
They know how to build a good story at the very, very least.
Yeah.
Bar maybe Final Fantasy 13, where it took like
Never played it.
you didn't play it.
No, I never played it.
Well, you probably heard all the fucking complaining about it. Like
No,
it basically,
I've heard
it
a
basically
lot,
took. Is it something like 15 hours before they actually started getting into the story properly?
Jesus Christ, 15 hours.
Well, they do that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
well, I'll finish my fucking thing on Murder Soul Suspect first before I go
Yeah.
off on another tangent. But yeah, Murder Soul Suspect, good, not as good as I thought it was. I love the concept behind it because I love the whole being the detective, the investigator thing.
Yeah.
I really love that. Hence why I'm liking Professor Layton vs. Phoenix
Yeah.
Wright.
I quite like them kind of games.
And
actually.
I like the whole sort of mystery of it all. I think it's not what I thought it was. Maybe this was just me misinterpreting the trailers and not following up the information enough.
Yeah.
But I thought there was like combat in it where you've at least got your gun and spirits come after you and you shoot them.
Yeah.
So there's combat elements. But there's not so far anyway from what I've got.
I was going to say maybe.
I'm hoping it comes in later because I would like to do something like that. But so far, what I see, it's more the only enemies are these demons that come out, and if they catch you, you're dead. So what you have to do is hide on them, inside like spectral energy type things, and then sneak up behind them and take them out quietly. While like you suck the force out of them or whatever it is.
That sounds so weird. Suck the force out.
You suck the demons and they go away.
Demons be gone.
But that's the only combat I've seen that so far. The story's interesting to an extent. Like I've slowly been losing interest in it the more I've went on.
Yeah.
Hence why I haven't gone back to it in a while. But it's really not a bad game.
Yeah.
Like like go out and buy it. I mean, it's not that expensive, really.
Yeah. It's good for the price of it.
Yeah, it's not bad for the price. The voice acting isn't the best I've ever heard. To be fair.
But then again, in a lot of games, you get that, don't you? Really, the voice acting isn't spectacular in most games, really, to be honest.
No, we'll see.
Like, it depends. Sometimes they're good, but other times they're just not the best.
Well, it's not too bad, as I keep saying, but I would maybe recommend going and picking it up. I mean, like I said, it's a fairly cheap price.
I would like to just discuss quickly here, like, obviously, this year's going to be the start of transferring everything from the old generations into the new generations of consoles.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of quite decent games coming out in the next while. And I was wondering, is there any in particular that are interesting you that are coming out maybe this year? I know for a fact that Alien Isolation has really got me intrigued.
Yes.
Even though I bought the last Alien game, which really
Colonial Marines.
Oh, that was horrible.
Me
and you sat down and played that there, and it was the most horrible. We got like 15 minutes on it, and we were like, this is horrible game.
Well, I think everyone's kind of hoping that Alien Isolation isn't like that. But then again, Colonial Marines was bulked up where people were like, holy fuck, this is going to be unreal.
Yeah.
But then again, the trailer kind of lied to them. But who's to say Alien Isolation isn't lying to us either? I've got a lot of hope in Isolation.
It's a very different concept to Colonial Marines, because it is like you're not shooting, you're not fighting back against the alien in any way. You're literally just avoiding it.
Yeah.
It is almost Outlast-esque, where you're basically just trying to survive.
See, the thing is, I've been looking for like, I don't want to say a good horror game.
Yeah.
But I've been looking for a good sort of
survival game.
Not even survival. Like, I hesitate to say good horror game, because then that leads into a whole sort of debate of, there's horror games out there, but are they scary and stuff like that to define if a horror game's good.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily define a horror game if it's scary to be good. Like, to be a good horror game, it has to make me shit myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's one point of it. But I prefer more the atmosphere that stuff brings. And that's why I kind of define what a good horror game is.
Yeah, the ambient atmosphere, that anything could happen and pop out.
It's like Outlast, for example.
Yeah.
Like, where it does have jump scares, and some people may find it very, very scary. Me personally, watching it being played, I haven't actually played it myself. Maybe I would have a different reaction if I was to play it myself.
Yeah.
But watching it being played, I wasn't scared of, the inmates coming after you and blah blah blah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was just the atmosphere that it built.
Yeah.
Like, this is this creepy ass, insane asylum.
Yeah.
And there's all these weird fuckers walking around it, and some of them don't attack you, some of them do. So, Alien Isolation, I'm hoping kind of brings that as well, where it's like, we're just going to focus on building up this whole creepy ass atmosphere, this abandoned ship.
Yeah.
And there's only one thing pursuing you in this thing, and that thing is the alien itself, and that thing is going to fuck you up. And a thing that I really like too, what they're doing is, like, I don't follow a lot of horror games, so I don't know if this is a trend in much of them.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Alien Isolation are doing this thing of, like, random encounters, like, it's different every single time you play. And there's no scripted events. Like, Alien's never scripted to a certain path.
Yeah,
it's like
it's very random path. It orientates your path based on where you go.
It learns and stuff from what you do. And I heard in the trailer from one of the creators saying they played the same level, and whenever they were testing it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one time they played it, the alien stayed for like 10 minutes searching the room and left again.
Yeah.
Second time they tested it, it stayed for like 45 minutes in the room and just wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And he says the thing that they want they build on it. This is where I'm kind of liking. I'm talking about atmosphere.
Yeah.
As in, I'm really got high hopes because it seems like
Anything
they're focusing
can
on
happen,
atmosphere.
kinda thing.
They were
Yeah.
saying that they don't want it to be as soon as the alien leaves the room, your first thought is, oh, thank fuck, I'm safe.
Yeah.
It's where the fuck is it now?
Yeah.
If I take a step
Is it
out
gonna
that
come
door,
back,
is it going to
kinda?
come around that
Yeah.
corner?
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that whole idea.
Because it's unpredictable. That's pretty much.
But
what it
yeah,
is.
but talking about Alien Isolation being something that you're saying brings you on to.
like I'm just kind of excited about it coming out.
Oh,
I
yeah,
kind of
like
want
you're
to see
talking
more
about what were you saying about it? It's like transitioning people onto the next generation of consoles.
Well,
something that you're
it's-
looking forward to.
Well,
for them.
it's just one of them games which I know is going to be part of the transition period, which has got me excited because initially most of the time in the transition period, the games aren't always absolutely amazing. Like they don't really show the proper potential of the new consoles. But at the same time, this game has got me excited enough to want to go out and buy it. And I was like, yeah, I'll go buy that there game.
Because I'm just thinking there, you saying that, and you're talking about Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation, I was like, I haven't got a PS4 yet,
Yeah.
or any of the brand new
Next-gen
consoles, anything
yeah.
like PS3 and pretty much and the 3DS.
Yeah.
But the thing that's going to make me there's already things I've already said that I'm definitely going to have a PS4. I'm definitely going to have a PS4 4, which is Metal Gear Solid 5 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
But something that's making me want to transition over is Alien Isolation is one of them.
Yeah.
The other one is an horror game. It's The Evil of Fun.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I have seen a little bit about this.
The Evil of Fun I'm pretty interested in. I heard... See if I can fucking remember now. The sort of stick that they have in this is that if you're low in health or something like that, this guy can like randomly appear and the way it works actually, sorry, is at any point this guy in like a hoodie can appear, and if you're low on health, he can want to kill you
Yeah.
if he catches you,
Right.
and he can appear any time. I think that's the way it goes. I heard it on the Co-optional podcast. I don't know if you
No, I don't listen to that.
ever watch
No,
it.
I've never watched it. No.
I think it was on there. I heard it.
Yeah.
They were talking about it on there. But no, they were saying that they kind of don't like that idea, that it's not fair and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it kind of interests me slightly because, again, atmosphere is the same thing as the Alien.
Aye.
As it's not
As
scripted, it can
you
just randomly happen.
You never know when it might happen to you, and you're always
Which you like,
thinking about it.
yeah,
constantly.
you're never feeling safe.
Yeah, you never feel safe. You're always worried.
See,
about
Evil
that
Fun is kind of wanting me to get a PS4 for.
I have to actually. Did you watch you watched the E3 Sony press conference, didn't you? Or did you see any of it?
I did see it, yes. I wasn't really paying that big attention to it.
Yeah.
I seen most of the stuff that people are talking about.
But I was going to ask you about this game, which is like almost blew my mind at the actual conference itself, and I am so excited about it. It probably won't come out for a wee years yet, but No Man's Sky. It's the one where basically every single person has a different game entirely. Where basically, whenever they start a game, they are born on an entirely brand new planet to this entire universe, and you then basically will explore the rest of the universe, find other people's planets and interacting with them, and that means that the universe is constantly and ever expanding the whole time that the game's there. So it's like never going to stop growing and larger, and I was wondering what your take was on it, if there was any at all.
Well, to be honest, I didn't even see that one. So I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. Well, it's a very good concept, I think. Anyway, where basically, essentially your universe is always expanding, and it's expanding every time a person starts a brand new game off it, and that means that countless things can happen. New things can happen all the time. It's constantly changing every time you go about it, and a lot of it seems to be, basically you're out in space and all this here, and it looked absolutely gorgeous, I've never heard anything about it until it came to E3 here, but it was pretty impressive from what I seen. And I would say if you went on and maybe had a look at this trailer, you would be interested too. It's one of them games which just kind of like almost blows you away at if what they're telling you is correct. It'll be mad, so it will be proper mad, But yeah, I think we've talked enough about games for now. To be honest, we've talked a lot about games today, but
Well, we talked a lot about games, but not about a lot of games.
Yeah, well, that's true. But to be fair, we haven't played. Well, I haven't played a lot of games just mainly because I don't have many for the PS4 at the minute.
Well, I could sit and talk for ages about shit I've played.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
It'd be bored enough because it's all stuff from ages ago.
Oh well, if I had to think back on games I played ages ago, sir, it would take forever to go through all that.
Oh well,
shit,
if I would just be sitting here talking about fucking JRPGs.
Yeah.
How long they are and how much I love them.
You're well into your JRPGs.
I think that's kind of distinctly anime based
Yeah.
or anime-esque. Is just got I'll pay you whatever the hell you want.
But
Speaking of anime based games, there's that One Piece Unlimited World R.
oh yes, right. Yeah.
That have been
One Piece one.
I'm sure I'm desperate to get it so bad.
It doesn't surprise me you're desperate to get it though, because if you're a fan of the series, you're obviously going to want to get the games, especially if you are a gamer too. This might make us sound wild geeky like, but fucking nothing beats a good anime game, to be honest. Especially when it's done properly and correct.
I'm still fucking waiting for them to fucking do a fairy tale game.
I'm dying for a fairy
I
tale
say
game.
waiting for them to do it. They've already done a lot of them.
I know, but I'm waiting for a proper.
I'm waiting-
like one.
A proper localized one.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually going to buy. I've been fucking putting it off for so long, but I have to do it.
You know about buying one of the Japanese
Yeah,
games?
buying Fairy Tale Portable Guild 2,
Yeah.
which is the only one that's interesting because you get to create your own character,
I create your own character.
which is that's just basically Monster Hunter Fairy Tale.
I remember you telling me about that, and I would love to get it too. But the thing is will I ever get the chance to? Or
Even of your PSP anymore.
I do, yeah, but it's probably fucked or something. It's probably busted into all hell. I haven't seen it in years, like, so God only knows, like.
So Thomas was like me and Thomas were going to get it ages ago, but we still haven't got around to doing it yet.
But in terms of animes, like, a lot of people have different opinions on their favorite animes, and of course there is the Power 5 that everyone knows about and everyone talks about all the time. But I have to say that you talking about Fairy Tail there just got me thinking about the Fairy Tail episodes that just came out there recently and how much I loved it and all. And I probably a lot of you may have already seen it through the English subbed versions, but we only really watched the English dub version.
Well, to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent.
I mean, I watch the OVA versions,
yeah.
And they all speak in Japanese.
Well, you see, the reason I watch the dub versions is because I'm too much a retard to be able to read what's on screen and actually watch what's happening.
It's not as hard. It's not as hard as you think it is.
I've tried it before. Honestly, I tried it with Naruto before, and I just
Because I used to think it was really hard, and I used to keep putting it off, and then I tried it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I can't do this." But then I was like, "Oh fuck it, I really want to see this thing."
Yeah.
So I just watched it, and all now I can do it easily
I am
enough.
going to attempt to watch the OVAs of Fairy Tail because I'm really interested to see them.
Like
Mainly
they
because I love
probably
Fairy
will,
Tail.
they probably will dub the OVAs.
Eventually, probably.
To be fair,
yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't like announced
Dubbed
it already
this one,
because
yeah.
they dubbed like the movie really early and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Here.
the movie came out really early. Doesn't
So
it?
I'm really surprised that they haven't done the OVAs. Like maybe they're going to save it until maybe once they get up to episode 175, and the Fairy Tale 2014 takes place after that.
Aye.
Unless they while they're waiting for the license, maybe for the 2014, maybe they'll get the licenses for the OVAs and just release them.
It's possible.
Because I think there's how many OVAs did I tell you there were? 6?
Six, I believe. 6 or 5 or 6. Something
I've
like
probably got it fucking wrong because I can feel it like deep down that it's the wrong information I'm saying.
It's between 4 and 6, I reckon. I reckon it's either 4, 5, or 6.
And I can just feel people just sitting there going,
You're wrong.
I just yelling the right number at me. It's like,
Well, if he's wrong, write in the comments so I can tease him about
you
it.
said you're in the Fairy Tale, you don't even know how many OVAs there are.
Seriously though, if you think he's wrong, tell us about it. I'll get on to him, but I'll complain.
Well, you're talking to an invisible audience, sir, because they're not one bastard going to be listening to this. I'll tell you.
Well, there'll be someone. Someone will like it. Someone will like it, maybe. They listened to the Nintendo one and they liked it, maybe.
Did they like it?
No.
No, of course they didn't.
Who likes what we do? We're shite.
Nobody likes what we do.
No. That's quite funny. But,
Unless you're a vlogger.
well, then apparently, vloggers seem to be getting all the fucking hype, especially on YouTube.
It's all young American vloggers, and you know why they're popular?
Why?
It's because they're all young, attractive people.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're just a
And apparently they have such interesting lives all the time. Too.
Well, I hope that shit happens to them, doesn't it?
Yeah, apparently like everything fucking happens to them. Like none of them are bullshitting one bit at all. Like not at all.
Oh, they are. They have to be.
I know I was being sarcastic. Of course,
There's no way.
There's no way all this shit happens
I
to
just
all of
fucking
them.
make up a story and
I know.
get thousands of views for it.
Like it's just not that difficult to do. Like anyone can fucking come up with that
Yeah,
shit.
you can just fucking hear the jealousy in our voices.
We are jealous though because they get lots of views.
I know.
They earn lots of money off putting videos on YouTube.
young, attractive people making, getting tons of views and being very popular.
I'm going to be controversial for a second because lots of people are into PewDiePie, but I fucking hate the boy. I can't stand him.
I don't hate him.
I don't like him. I don't like his videos. I don't like anything that he does. He's just like I'm sure he's probably a nice cub in real life, but like whenever you talk about gaming channels, I don't talk about the likes of him. Even KSI annoys me most of the time by the way he fucking goes about shouting and roaring.
You're subscribed to him.
I know I'm subscribed to him, but that's because there is the occasional funny moment that happens on the videos
Well,
and shit.
that's the same with PewDiePie.
Yeah, well, I don't find anything he does funny. He just screams a pile at a game and people laugh because he's screaming. Like, but I guess, like, everyone to their own. Like, everyone has their own opinions on stuff. I just personally don't really like PewDiePie or any. Well, I'm not really into a lot of gaming channels, to be honest. I would watch a few, but, like, it's very rare that I find one that I like, you know? Just randomly browsing around on YouTube. But vloggers get a lot of the hype, especially off YouTube at the minute, and like as the what you call him, Shane Dawson, he's got his own movie coming out now and everything, which obviously was put up by via the YouTube channel when I was here. And I was like, I don't know how a vlogger could like how do you get from vlogger to going on to movies and stuff?
Popular. Well, we shouldn't really talk about it because we don't even know enough about the guy or what he does on YouTube or what he's done beforehand or how he got about this movie. So we shouldn't really talk about shit we know nothing about.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Really, so we should just kind of just sort of swiftly erase all that shit that we were just saying and just move on to being
dicks.
not even dicks, just being horrible content creators.
Yeah, well, that's what we are though.
And trying our best to make a good podcast.
Don't tear us down like that. We're doing okay.
I'll tear us
No,
down.
we're not. We're doing shit. Well,
what were we talking about?
Well, we finished chatting about anime.
You mentioned anime, and we were talking about the fairy tale OVAs.
Yeah, but
yes.
I was like, everyone knows that now that we're obviously into animes and we're into games and all that their stuff, and like I'm into the a lot of the Power 5 animes, but at the same time I've been intending to look into all these other ones, but there's just not enough time for me anymore because I'm so consumed with the ones that I'm currently watching. Plus, I'm trying to do games and stuff for the channel and trying to roll out videos and come up with new ideas, and I just that and I can bear too.
No, there's
I get a while lazy.
a lot of stuff you have to go and check out.
I know there is because I've been dying to check out Sword Art Online because you've mentioned that to me a few times.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann. I know you've seen the first episode, but you have to fucking watch the rest of
it
them.
because the first episode has got me intrigued now. And I really do want to go and watch it.
Getting into One Piece.
One Piece. You see, I would get into One Piece. They've got a lot of episodes. That's the only thing that might be putting me off. Trying to complete all them episodes just kind of seems like awkward to me. But I did like the movie that you showed me.
Strong Word.
It was good.
One Piece.
I
Strong
enjoyed
Word.
it. It was
yeah,
very
really good. Then they've the new one, Film Z, that's coming out.
When's it coming out?
This autumn.
Nice. It's
not too long.
It's not too far.
Strong Word came out in November is what I want to say, but I'm probably fucking wrong again.
Who cares if you're wrong?
Who cares if you're wrong?
Someone will correct you if anyone is listening.
It came out, so I'm imagining, it had an autumn time slot as well.
Aye.
If that's the right word to use, a time slot. Release period, release window.
A release window, might be the best one.
Aye. So I'm imagining Film Z is going to be the sort of same. And just using the word Z here, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
Battle of Gods, that's
they're having their theatrical special in August time.
Yeah, released in everywhere but here.
Well, it's a select American theaters.
Yeah, it's like the American theaters, but we never get things like that there in this country, just based, in this country, this nation entirely, because it doesn't seem to be as popular over here, obviously, as it is in America and Japan and all that stuff,
Oh, well, I'll talk about this in a wee second.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to this new Dragon Ball Z movie.
I'll be watching it.
I'm
online,
I'm
obviously.
hoping that once you fucking thief watch it online, don't buy the DVDs.
Hey, sir,
Support
I can't
those.
afford no DVDs. I'm broke as all hell, okay?
Yeah, well.
That's the price of being a young person in the UK where shit's gone bad.
But I'm hoping that it won't take long from its theatrical run. The run's like a week, I think.
Yeah.
To DVDs are being released.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it won't be too long for a UK release because I know, well, the way they work with the Fairy Tale DVDs anyway, because it's Funimation doing Dragon Ball Z again.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's
What, they done Dragon Ball Z as well?
the way it works with Fairy Tale is our sets out here come over like about 6 months after they're released in America. Like, I'm not too sure how far America are up now in their sets. I think they're in 8 or 9, maybe.
Might be something. No, would they not be up there near 11 now?
No, I don't think so.
I think I swear I seen something about 11, but that could have been something else. That could have been a different anime entirely. So it could have
But
been.
we over here, Part 7 is our latest one to come out,
Yeah.
and Part 8 isn't coming out till August, I think.
I think that's about
And
right.
the Fairy Tale movie itself, I think, is already out in America. It's
Yeah.
not coming out here until...
It's next year, is it?
No, it's either the end of this month
Oh, is it really?
or
That's soon?
the start of August.
I didn't think it was that soon, so I honestly thought it was going to be
I've got a
next year.
laptop here in front of me, and I'm not even bothering to do any like looking up or researching.
Oh, who would be actually that shape?
I probably should to get the right information.
Well, it just makes you look like an idiot. That's the best way to do it.
Instead of being lazy.
But talking about like other like animes that I actually wanted to watch, like I heard about this new Sword Art Online Hollow Fragments. Like I seen the wee trailer there that you showed me earlier today,
Mhm.
and although I haven't seen any of the actual anime itself, it does look like a decent wee game for it's for the Vita or something, isn't it?
Yeah, PS Vita.
PS Vita, which is
When did I say it was coming out?
it was fucking hell, was it spring this year? or
Well,
something?
this time I'm actually going to go on to the computer and see.
Actually do some research for once.
I had it in front of me a while ago, so keep talking.
It's blood broke. The computer broke. You broke it. No, I think it's like autumn or something. But anyway, it. Although I haven't seen any of it, the wee game the footage that they actually showed, the gameplay footage, looked quite fun and enjoyable. And as you would expect, the graphics aren't going to be amazing for it. For an anime-based like video game.
20th of August.
20th of August. There you go. At least we got a date for once. It's correct. Maybe we see that that'll probably be the wrong date or something too.
No, it comes to the PlayStation Store. It's digital only.
Digital, so it's digital release on the PlayStation
Yeah.
Store. That's not so bad. And might get a wee bit of discount with the PlayStation Plus, maybe if we're lucky.
No, I doubt it.
If we're very lucky, maybe. But seriously, doubt it.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Oh, that's right. Digital remastered DVDs are coming out too. And what's that? Bleach Series 12 now.
Series 12. $44.99.
Jesus.
They've got really expensive.
I know. I remember back whenever we bought the very first season, it was like $14.99 or £20 or something
They're
like
only
that.
on the
Like double price or something.
they're only on the Loving Soundpack to work.
Is that only how far they're going?
Well, it
that's
says-
how far they're at.
Well, that's what it looks like.
Oh, that's mad. But yeah, like I said, the game looked decent from what I seen, and I would be interested in picking up. But to be honest, there's no point in me picking up until I actually watch the anime and see what it's all about. Kind of.
That's good.
Well, I know you like it a lot.
Well, I say a lot, to be honest, sir. People probably will disagree, and people probably say the same about Fairy Tail, because, like, I think Fairy Tail's, like, the greatest thing, their greatest
Yeah.
screens.
To be fair,
So,
I
People
think
probably have
it's-
the same opinion on it as what I do with Sword Art Online, is, like,
it's my number one anime.
I
so-
I think, to be fair, Sword Art Online is really, really good, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but I think it gets too much praise. Like, people are like, oh, it's fucking fantastic. It's not that great.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really good show, but one of the main problems I have, and I'm not the only one, because all our friends that we have
That watch it.
that we were, we talked to, and they were talking about Sword Art Online, and one of them mentioned this before, and I'm sort of in the same opinion, is Kirito, the main guy.
Yeah.
Basically, he's overpowered to all hell.
Right.
So he is, and like I understand the fact of making him just the badass of the show, and he can do everything, and that's fair enough
Yeah.
to an extent. Because at the end of the day, if you watch the show, it's really weird that the formula they have. Where Kirito's kind of like the only main character. Well, Asuna is a main character as well. She's like the love interest. She's really, really strong too.
Yeah.
But there's all these other characters that, Kirito knows and he meets along his journey, but they only show up for like one episode and then they don't come back again.
Right.
They're just gone. Or, it runs into them in a shop, but they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that. Because I don't like, the focus being primarily on just one person all the time.
Yeah.
But it's really overpowered, and a thing that I heard mentioned as well, and I do agree with as well to a certain extent again, is basically it's just all the girls in the show, like every one of them, all is madly in love with Kirito. And it's like, fair enough, he's this hero and all.
Yeah.
But it's almost to a point, like where it's
It gets
almost
frustrating.
No, it's almost like a harem anime.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Like I say that very, very loosely. Believe me, where I'm not saying it as a harem anime.
You can't even speak.
It's fucking the accent, sir.
The accent gets you.
The accent just makes you go too fast.
Well, you just slow down.
Especially if you're on a rant, you don't dare take a breath.
No, it's not in this country. If you're on a rant, you keep going till you run out of breath and you fall down.
Keep your lip to the other bag, it's boring.
Which doesn't
but
take too long with our accents.
It's similar to a harem anime, and the fact that all these girls are just madly in love with this one guy.
Yeah.
And they constantly have like love triangles and all that shit all around. I'm just centered around this one guy.
Yeah.
Who there's any woman who runs into, is just madly in love with him.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's like I don't mind that in shows because I like High School of the Dead and stuff like that.
That's good.
And I don't mind it, but whenever they're all sort of based, just all like one character just all the time, it just kind of gets a bit boring after a while.
Yeah.
That's like, come on.
You'd prefer them to switch it up a little bit and make it a little bit different each time instead of just everyone loving this main character and going, pure berserk over him. And
Like,
them being
not
okay
that ruins the show in any way. Like, don't get me wrong, because it's still.
It wouldn't ruin the show, but it would put a dampener on it for people who have
Like,
the same opinion as you.
There even gets to a point where his sister falls in love with him.
Right, that is weird.
But no, it's not quite as weird as you think.
Okay.
Because she's not really his sister, so it's okay.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's okay. I say okay. They still fucking are like brother and sister, so why the fuck would you still even think of doing it? Like, it's just so weird.
That just
like,
reminds me of that Mortal Instruments movie, which freaked me out a little bit.
were you telling me about that?
About these two kissing, and then they find out that they're probably brother and sister.
But I don't want to sound so negative about such a widely loved show for such a stupid reason, because trust me, I find it a great show. I mean,
everyone has little like almost pet peeves with certain shows. Though.
The thing is, I hate people who sort of talk like this about shows that are like widely beloved, and they're widely beloved for a reason. Like, I understand all the reasons why Sword Art Online's loved, and trust me, I love them for all the same reasons.
Yeah.
But then there are people pick stupid wee points like I just did. That's really kind of annoying. So it's not really fair for me to do it. Because like I was telling you this before about Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
I got sort of stuck in an argument there once about people saying how shit Fairy Tail is, and the question I asked was why.
Why do you think it's so?
Why is it so shit?
Yeah.
I thought I might as well defend it here because there was like a whole pile of people just constantly bringing it down.
Yeah.
And all of them said the same thing.
Right.
All of them said to me, it's like one word. Oh, it's shite. And I was like, why is it shite? Boobs. And I go, sorry. And they're like, boobs. That's all the show's about. And I was like, well, you obviously haven't watched too much of the show. I go, fair enough. Hiro Mishima draws massive breasticles on a woman.
Breasticles?
Yeah, he draws like
nice.
He draws like very well endowed women.
Okay, yeah.
And he does like to exploit that and do the whole fan servicey thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
and they have characters like Wendy are jealous of the ones with the big breasts and shit like that there too.
But
it's not like
they do the fan service and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not as if that's what the whole show's centered about. And every time you look round, they're doing a fan servicey thing.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough, people could argue the only reason Lucy's on the damn show was for fan service stuff, because that's all she seems to do.
Yeah, she seems to be the main focus.
You have to look at it deeper than that, because if people actually sit down and watch, they realise she's got this big rich backstory.
Yeah.
And that now, at the arc that we're sort of in at the minute, she's the whole
alert.
sort of...
Spoiler alert, just in case.
How's that spoiling any? The arc we're in at the minute, she's the main focus of it all.
No, alright, I was just doing it in case, because I thought you might have said something about Dark and it might have ruined it for people. I was just making sure.
No.
But no, I understand what you mean. But at the same time, it's not like whenever like they talk about breasts and all that there. Like, yeah, okay, the characters might have big boobs and all this here shit, but it's not like they like focus on it at all. Like if you look at a show like High School of the Dead, where there's points where they just randomly put the clips of them just staring at the boobs or staring at the butt or something like that. Like that's just random and out there. Fairy Tail doesn't do that. They don't look at the boobs in particular. It's just the girls have big boobs, big deal. I'm pretty sure if you look at any anime, there's going to be girls with big boobs.
Like as
look at fucking Bleach.
As my counter argument to this was, as I said, the only reason you're finding this is a problem is I almost guarantee you've jacked off to it and you feel ashamed and therefore you're like, oh, this show's pure dung, I'm not watching it anymore. Really because you're scared of what you just did.
I can just I don't know why I'm picturing any kind of guy just taking fear of what they just done and they just finish checking off the show like Fairy Tail or something.
Well, if I ever did it, I would never watch Fairy Tail again.
I think there would be that too much of an embarrassment.
Ashamed of what you just did.
I was like, I am so ashamed of doing that. I will never watch this show
like
again.
we were just having the discussion earlier on there how hot the girls are in it. It was transcripting off me saying that.
To be fair, I was a little bit thinking about saying I didn't really like saying it because it seems a bit
I didn't like
odd.
saying it before, and then I just thought, you know what, screw it, because I heard a lot of guys. A friend of ours in particular has started mentioning Musty from Pokemon a while back now.
Yes, that's true. Musty from Pokemon, you do your kind of.
I kind of thought, never heard him say it. I was like, no, you wouldn't, for a start.
She's 10 years old.
She's 10 years old. So I thought, if he has the confidence to say this about Musty from Pokemon, then I can say it about people from Fairy Tail.
Because at least they're actually our age too. That's a little bit better than being Musty, 10-year-old.
At least they draw it nice.
As long as you're not talking about Wendy or something like that, would be just a bit weird. Then.
But no, going on a tangent how creepy we were, and perving on animated women.
How creepy do we sound in this podcast right now, talking about perving on anime women? Like,
we don't perv.
Nah, well, that's true, we don't perv, but it sounds like we're being perv.
We're anime fans, so the stereotype is we're just creeping.
Yeah, the stereotype is we're just creeping.
Getting the waifus. Do you know what a waifu is?
I've heard the term, but I don't actually know. What is it?
It's like a wife kind of thing, like a Japanese anime thing.
Okay, yes,
like, this is honestly true. You ever been on DeviantArt?
I have been on DeviantArt a few times, yes.
People do this to like tick the puss, but do you know Gardevoir in Pokemon?
Yeah, Gardevoir, yeah.
Apparently there's a whole sort of thing out there of guys who are really into Gardevoir from Pokemon, and like the
that weird looking
the blunt one.
Aye.
Like that they like to call her their waifu and stuff. And I was like, what? About a Pokemon?
That's just fucking weird. That's like a mix between bestiality and hentai.
Well, it's the internet. You find all that sort of stuff out there.
Although, to be fair, I am never surprised at the internet these days because they bring out some weird stuff. Like, I can't really complain about the internet because the internet's good most of the time.
The internet's a bad place.
Until you're searching for something innocent and dirty stuff comes up, then it gets a little bit annoying. That happens a lot, especially with animes, to be fair, with all the fan service and fan art that they put up.
The fan art's
that's a whole other kettle of fish, really, isn't it?
The fan art on its own
is
just kind of makes you go, what the fuck? Like, how do people, like, we shouldn't complain about it because people
we're not complaining. No, we're not really complaining about it. We're just discussing it.
If people want it, they can, to be honest.
I am not complaining about the internet or anything.
I'm just impressed by their artwork half the time.
To be fair, their art skills are impressive, and that is a big compliment because I can be picky about art at all. But, yeah, have you... so we'll move on from the anime stuff because we're getting a bit head deep in that there stuff. You got any like wee projects that you're doing on the side at all that you might want to chat about?
Projects I'm doing?
Anything at all. It could be anything at all. It could be the smallest little things or like pretty big things. Like you don't have to release too much about it.
I'm starting to sort of come on to CyberCast TV now.
I know you're coming on to try and do more editing and stuff. I'm
joining a few things on here, editing and ways, and also joining in on some of the shows, hence being on CyberCast.
Yeah.
Cyber Pals as well, which is a show that I'm doing along with you for here.
Yeah, I'll give you more information about
basically, what Cyber Pals is we're ripping off two best friends play and
I like your
the-
term ripping off because
and,
that's what we are
and the
doing.
likes of Game Grumps and stuff like that. We're basically just ripping them off because we're like, well, that's popular. Let's just steal it.
Well, that's the way to do it on fucking YouTube. That's what everyone does.
Just-
Everyone goes, oh, well, look, they do that. Let's
Just
do that
favorite
too.
As for personal projects, I have well, I shouldn't say I have my own manga series. I'm working on creating my own manga series.
Yeah.
You know all about this before. But yeah, at the minute, I'm still doing character arts and stuff like that here because I'm basically doing it all on my own.
Yeah. It's not easy doing things again on your own. As
Considering, like, basically, I'm more so into the writing side.
yeah.
And
I love it. It's quite enjoyable.
I used to just do writing all the time. Right, I haven't wrote in ages because
You've
you
been
know,
consumed by the art.
by art. And basically, what it was, I had to reteach myself because I haven't drew since high school.
That's a long time.
And
You're getting
then
old,
whenever
man.
I was like, well, I have to give my artist, I do that air quotations, a hand with us as well. Like, I have to give him a hand at doing stuff
Yeah.
for this manga. I thought, well, I'm going to have to go back and brush up on my skills. So it took me, a year
You've been doing it a long time.
to
man.
brush my stuff up. And
Yeah.
now all I ever post up on, like, Eco Project, that's a sort of group that we have on Facebook for
Yeah.
content, is like you and Adam see it, is like, it's just basically me posting art
Yeah.
that I've
const-
done, all many
constantly,
drawings.
Yeah.
And like, I used to post Dragon Soul stuff all the time, which is the name of my manga series.
Yeah.
I used to post it up, and now I just started doing fucking fairy tale art.
And you're nearly addicted to it now, and you can't stop doing it.
It's because it's handier to like copy someone else's stuff than
come
to
up
do
with
your
original
own.
ideas. Yeah.
I find it much easier to do. But yeah, I'm getting into the drawing, finding it really fun. So that's kind of what I'm working on at the minute, is these manga, my sort of
yeah.
creating my own manga series, which is Dragon Soul, which I said is the one I'm doing at the minute with my, I'm working on art at the minute. I've got 2 characters are completely done. 1 character is in their first stage of the concept. I have 4 main characters to do in it.
Yep.
And then I was telling you before that I have an art project for the manga series to follow after,
Yeah.
which I haven't really started out yet. I've got a basis of a detail on,
Yeah.
which I'm really excited about starting it because I like the premise of the thing a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I'm planning on working with Dragon Soul is, if anyone is listening and they're interested in anime and manga and stuff like that here, I will be starting up a DeviantArt page. As soon as the sort of main 4 characters are completely done, I'll be starting the DeviantArt page. And whenever that gets up, I'll post out my username on there so people can come on and look, because on there basically is where I'm going to post the issues.
Yeah.
So they're all free. There's no money being made from it or anything there. It's just sort of a passion project that I want to do,
Yeah.
and just sort of.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. You're kind of doing it for the love and the fun of it, rather than just the money.
Rather than to get
Yeah.
profit and stuff out of it, so I'm
Like,
putting it on DeviantArt.
Eventually, you're obviously going to want to make profit from it eventually, because it is something like that. But if you never make profit from it, you're not going to be too bothered, because it's just something that you enjoy doing and love doing. But getting back to like you joining CyberHawk TV, he's coming on to edit videos and stuff like that there, because he is starting on. You're obviously starting on your new course in at university soon, and you'll need projects to work on throughout that time to build up a portfolio and stuff for yourself.
Yes.
So I invited him on to come on, edit stuff with us, join in on videos, and create new content with us. And it's good to have him on board. Like I said, it's always nice having a little bit of extra help, because me and Adam just doing it by ourselves sometimes can get a bit hard work and all, and we just need a bit of like a break once in a while. But like, obviously I have my own projects. Well, we have our own projects here at Team Cyberhawk, which is all posted up on our website. And by the way, the links to the websites, both the Eco Project website and this website, will be down below. And for the DeviantArt page, once he gets it set up, I'm sure we'll probably post that up on the Eco Project, and I might even have a link on it on the Team Cyberhawk website as well for you. But I do have like my own projects on there. I've got on the Team Cyberhawk basis, I've got a couple of projects going there. There's one game I'm working on at the minute, but it'll take a long time to produce this, considering that at the minute I am working on it by myself essentially, as like I don't really have anyone else to come on board, and I can't really afford to hire people at the minute. But once I get a bit of money in, I would like to hire people, and it would make things faster. But it's basically well, if you want any information about that, my advice to you is just to go onto the website and check it out. But essentially what it is it's like almost like a superhero type game where you are this young kid who's got powers and all this here, and you're basically going through his life story of how he came to be, where he's going from there, and how he basically becomes the hero he wants to be. I've also got a project which is up on the Eco project, which is basically it's almost like it's a script is what I'm writing essentially, but it can be turned into anime, manga, TV series, movies. It's very versatile in what it can be, but it's the fact that will it ever become anything like that is the question. But I'm just doing it for fun. Mostly all the stuff I do for fun, just like Lee here. So like I'm not doing it for the profits exactly. I know I just enjoy making videos and stuff like that. But enough on our projects anyway at the minute. I would like to chat just quickly about what's on our channel coming up. As Lee mentioned before, he is going to be joining me on a new show, which is Cyber Pals, which is basically us doing Let's Plays of certain games. We'll pick out random games that we quite enjoy playing, and we'll just play through the entire thing. And pretty much the talk that we'll be doing will not be reviews or any of that stuff. It'll just be us just chatting, general chatter, being complete idiots like we are, because that's what we do. We just talk like shit all the time. Also, we do have a little bit of a project in the works in terms of possible parody video that we're going to be bringing out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to fucking mention that one.
Which is a joint effort between us, where we have decided to take a song. We won't tell you the song just yet, and we have put our own spin on it. We decided this time it'll be based on Fairy Tail, the anime.
Yeah.
Just to put a little basis on it.
Yay.
We're hopefully going to get the actual, we've got the song completely written now. We're going to get the person in to sing it, and then we're going to start recording the video, and we're hoping that might be out, say, tail end of this year, maybe around September, October time, depending on how long it takes us to get people together for the video.
Well, the recording part's easy.
I know the recording part's easy, is getting the people together and stuff
All
like
you
that.
need to do is just get her to record it whenever she finds
that's my plan. I'm probably going to do that hopefully this week, actually getting the voice, the singing actually recorded and all that there. Well, not there's not a wild pile left to come onto the channel. There'll probably be some new content flying out every now and again where we'd randomly decide to do certain things. Obviously there's going to be more Martin 11 stuff. I know there was a week or two there where there wasn't stuff, a lot of stuff, mainly because of my birthday was in the middle of it, and I've been having some internet issues getting stuff uploaded, so I couldn't send away any of my stuff to the video editor, Adam. But the content will be coming back on the channel very soon, and if it probably by the time you're listening to it, it's already on the channel. So please do go watch the all the different shows we have. We encourage anyone to write any comments they have at all. Like the videos as well.
Is that the 24-hour on a Friday?
Huh? That's a very random question to be asking.
I was just thinking there.
Yeah, it is 24-hour.
And that one on a Friday?
Aye. The only time it isn't 24-hour, I think, Saturday, Sunday.
That's fucking pointing that air. Because on a Saturday, it would not be better to keep it 24 hours.
But you see,
because who the fuck's going
well, it is 24 hours in terms of it closes at midnight, but they can't have it going on past midnight on a Sunday, because Sunday's the the day of rest and all the crack, Random questions in the middle of the podcast. What the hell?
Another discussion for another time. Why it is asked the 24 hours, not be
I don't understand why a 24-hour
shop isn't open 24 hours throughout the week.
Yeah, it's like 24/7, yet for some reason it's not 7 days.
Didn't they used to be 24/7 though?
Oh, but they always said 24/7, but
they always
are 24/7. They never actually are 24/7 on Sunday.
We need to go and tear that sign down.
That's what we're doing. We're going down there now and we're going to tell them people, fuck up your ideas, son. You're doing a good job, I'm telling you.
What were you saying there, son, about comments? Leave on in the comments.
I'll
tell you what you leave in the comments. If you know what As does, put down your opinion of whether you think if it's 24 hours, should it be open 24 hours on a Saturday as well?
And on a Sunday.
And on a Sunday.
Yeah, every day. If it's 24/7 open, if it's meant to be open.
If you're going 24 hours, you might as well go for the whole week.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're saying.
Exactly.
And we'll get a high opinion on this. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get a high opinion on this.
And we'll chat about it next day.
We'll take it to the owner of Asda.
Yeah, and they'll know exactly what to do then. They'll open her longer. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, there's there's not a lot else happening on the channel. Anything that will be happening will be announced probably through our podcast or maybe at the tail end of some of the videos on the channel. I will be probably doing some streaming on Twitch TV. If you would like to view it, you can find a link in my description for the channel itself. I'll let you know anytime that I do decide to go on so that you can come on and view. But I think that's us for today. You know, it's been a long day for us in terms of our first podcast. Well, me and you together for first podcast anyway. You can see our special podcast based on the E3, in our videos. So if you just go onto our channel, you can find our videos there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, because although we're only doing this for fun, we would like it to have a couple of viewers that are interested in what we're doing. It kind of motivates us a wee bit more. But no matter what, my content's still going to be coming out. It doesn't really matter what happens that way. But that's us for the day. I guess we're signing off now for the next time. We'll see you whenever we see you.
Did you even introduce yourself at the start of this?
Well, sure, people know me, don't they?
No, they don't. I wouldn't say they do.
Well, I forgot to do it.
You didn't introduce me anyway, which is very rude.
Hold on. You didn't introduce yourself either.
Well,
you could have done that.
Because you told me what have you been playing straight away, and I thought, well, I'm not going to argue with you.
I wasn't straight away, because we were bullshitting for a while, and you could have just said, I'm Lee, by the way.
There we go. Yeah.
Well, okay. I am Gary Martin, the CEO here. I've been on every
CEO, hear him?
I am the CEO, right? I own this joint. I'm the boss. No, I'm not really the boss. I'm just the fucking go-to. I'm the kind of guy that gets his head chopped off when things go wrong.
Don't call yourself the CEO.
But you can find we'll have our Twitter links in the description below. You can come chat to us, leave comments, questions, anything you want. We'll be happy to answer anything you've got, and we will see you all next time.
And I'll do my introduction, I guess, because did you say my name a second ago?
I don't know, did I don't know.
I can't remember what you did.
Right, we'll do it now then. Right, this is the introduction again. We'll do it once more for you. Right, welcome to Team Cyber. Well, it's not even Team Cyber. Fucking Team CyberCast. That's what we are.
Let
Okay.
a professional do it.
Right. Okay. Here's the professional.
Welcome to CyberCast.
Team CyberCast.
Team. Welcome to CyberCast.
Chop.
Fuck your teams.
Fuck teams. Welcome to CyberCast, and my name is Gary, and that's Lee. And that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting, because I'm not telling you anymore because he's been a dick.
Then that's the intros. That's the intros at the end.
Gary and Lee, that's all it is.
Bring the intros into the end.
The intro is going to be at the end for every video we do from now on.
Right. Screw the rules.
Screw the rules, we have money.
Screw the rules, I have money.
I would say I have money, but I'm flat broke, so it doesn't count. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it there for the day, and we'll be seeing you next time. See you later.
You stay classy.